I'll put a link in the description to Kent Hovind's letter that he wrote to himself on behalf of his third ex-wife, Cindy. It was the most narcissistic, self-indulgent piece of crap I've heard for a long time. So, the Claude is going to do a mimic of that letter, but this time it's the letter I think Kent should be writing to Cindy. After all, what's good for the goose is good for the Hovind, okay? Recently, a man said to me, "What do you think Kent should do or say to stop the fighting and argument between him and his third wife, Cindy?" I said, "Let me think about it. I'll write the letter that I think Kent should write to Cindy. I'd love to have this all set straight. Cindy's really a peacemaker, not a fighter. It would really greatly help the cause of Christ if this was resolved in a Christ-honoring manner. I wish Kent would write this to Cindy and mean it. Dear Cindy, it's been 4 years, and I'm tired of holding this bitterness in my heart. I fell in lust with you after my second wife, Mary, who replaced Jo, left me too. You were submissive, and I was happy with you for 3 years. Then I got tired of you once I had got hold of your life savings and provoked you to leave. The atheist channels have the story of my narcissistic personality just right. My cult followers have labeled you as bipolar, and that's my fault. It's been a bad 3 years for me with donations way down, and of course I made up so many stories I can't remember when I last spoke the truth. I've let bitterness towards you rule my heart. I body slammed you and made up the story about you being bipolar to distract attention from my lies. That was wrong, and I'm sorry. Please forgive me. In my bitterness, I went on pseudo-Christian channels and even told lots of people what an evil woman you are, all to try and hurt you. Actually, in the 3 years we were married, you were a wonderful wife. You cared for me, never hurt me or raised your voice at me except when I was being a narcissistic prick. You were patient with me even when I was going against morality and the wishes of my volunteers by insisting my very good friend and convicted pedo, Chris Jones, visit Dinosaur Adventureland. You tried to stop me, but I overruled you. I even lied by falsely claiming you owned the house at the time when Chris Jones and a young boy he had transported across state lines were, let's say, caught in bed together. You both gave me money to buy side-by-sides, to run tours, and win souls for the Lord. They should have been Jeeps, but I hadn't thought of that yet. Uh, you also loaned me money to fund Dinosaur Adventureland, but I got together with that Ernie guy and decided to alter the payment contract, making it for spousal support instead. So I was paying you and others with your money, and once I drove you out, I stopped paying you anything, leaving me in the Ministry of Business with more than 100 grand of your life savings in our coffers. I also tried to get you to sign over the rest of your inheritance and assets to me. That was extra despicable of me. Thank you for being patient with me. I recorded you over 600 times and deliberately provoked you into an adverse reaction. It was actually all my fault, and I'm sorry. When you dove for my phone, I should have given it to you instead of using my size and strength to push you to the ground in an altercation. My sweetly and gently asking if you were okay, Cindy, was all part of a premeditated act for the recording. After once an actor, always an actor. I got carried away, slammed the chair down, broke the tile floor, but hey, we used your money to fix it anyway. I'm sorry. Here's my suggestion to resolve all this. I will repay the money you loaned to me and the ministry, the money I cheated off you by making it a spousal support contract, knowing full well I was using your life savings to pay you anyway. You and I both know I was abusive to you. I will drop my appeal and let the conviction stand for that. I will happily submit to either 1 month in jail or, scripturally, a beating from my son Eric. It's really only a tiny penalty. Sorry, it's only a tiny penalty for the damage I've done. Please come on my show so I can apologize sincerely in the front of my minions, some of whom have attacked you also. If you forgive me and will let me, I'd like to come and help with the landscaping and repairing your property that was damaged by my then tech guy, Steve Lynn. Both you and my previous wife, that's the one after Joe but before you, and of course you were before Sandra, warned me that Steve was into substances, but I ignored both of you, and he stole a lot of donations, probably even got some of the money that you gave. He also promoted drugs to the crew, and obscene videos were discovered amongst his property. When I went there after he stole that truck, I should not have covered for him. Steve did a drug-infused midnight tour of DAL, where he blew open the fact that I had a personal hot tub while I was telling you and the volunteers to take 2 or 3 minute showers. I'm sorry. It's obvious that God is blessing you. Meantime, I'm being punished with Sandra, the wife that replaced you, leaving me too. That was so disappointing. I even had got permission from her previous husband to have her. When I introduced Sandra, I waved a wedding ring in your face on that video, and I said, Cindy, this should have been yours. You blew it. That was a wicked thing for me to do, and God is further disciplining me by making me take care of myself, shall we say, in all sorts of ways that you can only imagine. I want God's blessings on me and my life, but my lingering lies and harming the cause of Christ is stopping him. That I know. So, Cindy, will you forgive me? Will you come on my show so I can confess my sin publicly and stop the mouths of the haters? Can I come see your place and help you maintain it for a while? I pray your answer is yes, yes, and yes. So that concludes the letter that mimics the one that Ket says that Cindy should write to him. It's one that I think, and many of you will think, he should be writing to Cindy. Meantime, go ahead and listen to the words from his mouth of the letter that he suggested Cindy write to him. Thank you.